So I am just making a card today, and I thought, well, holy cow, that's really super close. So I am just going to play. I have picked out some colours. I may have to get up and get other things. I'm not 100% sure, but we will just play by ear. And I am going to be using Sneak Peek, so Paradise Palms and the Paradise Palms dies that go with it. So I normally don't get a lot of time to be playing with new stuff, but you know what, I'm a little bit sick of Christmas. So is anybody else a little bit tired of Christmas? I'm just going to see whether I might just see whether I can swing. There we go. I'm just going to swing my iPad around, and now I can see everything a lot nicer. Hello everyone. Okay, so I have picked out some colours that I want to do this. This is the third time I've made this layout, so it should be pretty easy for me. And I'm going to use these guys. So I've picked out some Coastal Cabana, some Old Olive, and I thought I'd bring in a scrap of Bermuda Bay because I really like this. I've got my white, so I'm hoping that I have everything that I require. So I'm just going to cut down, this is super spontaneous. So I haven't even done any prep work. So I'm going to just cut down my cardstock to 10 centimeters by 26. And then I'm going to score that at 13 because that is my odd shaped card base that I like to do. And then I've got a piece of white, and I'm just going to trim that down. Actually, I think it's already at 10.5 that way. So I want it 10.5 by 8.5. So I'm just going to trim that down as well. And then I've got all my other little bits and pieces already done. So I've got a rough idea of what I want in my head. Or obviously I know my layout because I've done 2 cards beforehand, but I just want to make another one. Now this is really annoying because I'm so far away from where my camera is, and let me see if I can zoom in, because of course everything gets changed. No, oh, yep, which might be worse, I don't know. Anyway, we'll try and figure out where we are. Okay, so this is the Paradise Palms. So we've got 2 parts. Well, I'm going to use this one here for the cluster because the other ones I think is going to be too tall for me. But I want to use these ones here for a bit of background work, I think. Rather than use designer series paper, I think I'm going to stamp with that one. So I want to do tone on tone. So I've got that ready. Grab my Coastal Cabana. And let's see how we go. So I'm just going to stamp these around the edges in pretty old-fashioned, because most of it is going to end up being covered anyway. So I'll just go right around the borders. I don't know about you guys, whether you guys have got warm weather or cold. It's quite cool here. I'm still rubbed up a little bit. I hope we don't overlap there. So feeling a little bit tropical, and then I'll pop that, will go there. So that is coveraged pretty well. I don't think I'm going to make it too close together. Hello, Amanda. Look, and there's all these new little fun icons and stuff, and so it's been a while since I've done a live direct to Facebook, you know, without using a third-party app or anything like that. So, and I've heard that bits and pieces had changed, so I was right. Okay, so my card base is done. Happy with that. Now I'm going to work on this panel here. So I'm actually going to do some, I'll show you the 2 other cards that I've created at the end of the video, but because each of the little background that I've done on the white is a little bit different. So I actually want to do Coastal Cabana again, and and I'm just using some old brushes that I've got, and I'm just going to add a little bit of colour around here, I think. So, but I don't want to go all the way, I just sort of want it in the middle area-ish. I want to leave a little bit of white space. But typical me, I need to have it even. But I do want to pop on a little bit of Bermuda Bay so that I can tie in that Bermuda Bay cardstock, because I'm pretty sure I do want to use that. So I'll just grab my Bermuda Bay as well and add a little bit of colour at the top here. Who knows what it's going to look like? It might end up looking like crap. Yeah, there's little things. There's like a little diamond and a 5. So, ooh, that looks muddy. Anyway, we will continue on. If I've learned something, it's to continue on. Don't, you know, stop until you really, really need to. So I'm going to grab some crushed curry. Oh, man, that has not happened to me for such a long time. And now I'm going to have to go and find a video on how to fix that. I haven't had a boo-boo like this for a long time when I'm doing live. So, you know, it's probably about time that something like that happens. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of my yellow down the bottom here, my crushed curry, and I'm probably going to get ink on my fingers too and leave splodges everywhere. And I don't want to make it green, although I can cover that area up with my design. Ooh, top fan, 5 years following, woohoo! All right, I'm just going to set this aside. I'm pretty sure that I won't be using it again, so I will go and figure out how to put that back together later on. Handy that. Okay, now I'm thinking I might do some of my water splatters because I do like that look. I'm thinking, so just drip a little bit of water out of my aqua painter and then flick the rest onto my card. I haven't got it super heavy, my blending. Normally I do like to have a lot. What if I try this? So I've seen lots of other demonstrators do the flicking with the lid, so we'll try that. We'll see what that looks like. It's just playtime today, just playtime. Okay, I think I'm okay with that. It does look a bit muddy, but I'm sure that once I'm done, it'll be fine. Right, I'm going to use the little branches because I think that one, my little cluster I should say. We need a block. I think you're too big. That one. And I'm hoping that this is big enough. Yep. I'm going through all my scraps at the moment because basic white cardstock's a little bit hard to come by at the moment. It was in and then it's out. And anyway, so I have not used my markers for such a long time. So I thought I would pull these guys out. This one is a, if I can read it, soft suede. I pulled one marker out and it was chocolate chip. So that's how long it's been since I've looked at my markers. Very long time. So, and to my delight, they are still nice and juicy. And then this one is Old Olive. So I'm just going to do the leaves on this one. I should do this more often, just jump on and be spontaneous, and because if you're making a card anyway, you might as well make it with friends, right? Although I normally sit and watch Netflix TV series stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to huff on that a little bit to try and get my breath to moisten the ink a little bit more. And to get my head in the screen. Give that a good stamping down. Ta-da! Looking good. I like that. So this is my first time playing with this as well. So I've only cracked it open this morning and had a look at it. And I haven't really done too much else. Now, there are dies to match this bundle. And so we've got ones that cut out the cluster, ones that will cut out the two, what are they called? Palm trees. And these ones will cut out the foliage. We've got one for the sun, if you want to pop a sun in there. This one's a standalone one. This one's a standalone one. This one's a standalone. And of course, we've got a bit of a border edging here. And these ones, I'm assuming, are little coconuts. We will grab out this one here. Obviously, I want to cut that one out. And I'm going to grab this one. Oh, here as well, if I can. So I'm just going to snip that off to make life a wee bit easier. Now I wonder if I can get them through at the same time. I might bring my big machine in and see if I can do both of them at the same time. So this will probably take up a lot of my camera space, if I can actually get it in the camera space. Okay, because I like to use my bigger one when I'm cutting out, because I need to stand up. I need to stand up. Okay. So I'm hoping that my card will come together because, you know, doing it live. Here we go. Oh, has it slipped? I hope not. I don't want to do it again. Oh, it's not too bad. I can live with that. And I want you. Okay, I have a feeling that this card might come together quicker than I thought, which would be nice. Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Oh, all right. Now, I don't think I want to put anything else behind for fluff, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to have this. There's a few little grassy things in here that need to just pop out. So I think this one might be a little bit gentler than the last two that I've made. So I'm going to pop that across there. And then I want this to go up here. It's not feeling as full as I would like. Maybe if I'll pull that down. So, and I'm just going to get my sentiment now, and then if I need to add extra stuff to it afterwards, then I can. And that's sort of my thought process too. I sort of get all my elements that is in my head, and then if I need to add extra, I can go and do that. I'm pretty sure I don't need these guys. Okay, so there's some really nice sentiments on this one. I'm going to just use the happy birthday, but there's, I hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be, retirement wishes, wishing you a warm and beachy kind of day. Oh, maybe I'll do that one instead. That one sounds nice. Just got to work out which one it is. I think it's this one here. I'm just gonna drag my thing closer to me because I'm really working so far away from myself. Okay. I'll just grab my embossing stuff that I need. So I should have been slightly more organised. Now I am on the dregs of my white. I do have a new pot, but I'm going to use everything up before I crack open a new one. So let's get this one inked up. upside down, Miss Jane. Doesn't matter because we're embossing. Really, really dirty. That's supposed to be white, but it's got glitter and card fibers and all sorts of stuff in there. Okay, I am just going to heat emboss that. Let it dry a smidge. And look away. I like to trim all my sentiments down as close as I can. Right. I'm feeling that it needs to be slightly fuller, so I need to put something else in there, don't you think? It needs to be more. I wonder if I do another set of palm trees. What do you think? There is another die, but I think it might be a bit big, like, because I was thinking when I first saw it, it was the leafy one, this one up here, but I'm thinking it might be a little bit too big for what I want. Oh, I can't even get it out. But I'm thinking it needs more, don't you? Oh, now I've just torn it all. I'm thinking it'll be too big to pop, and it'll go that way as well. It won't go the way that I want it to. So if you have suggestions, feel free to shout them out. I'm thinking I might try a second set of palm trees though. I'll just give yeah, we don't have a time. I don't think we've got a time. You think it looks fine, Carrie? Maybe when I add some bling to it, it'll fill up a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a second set of palms, and then I can decide whether I want them or not. Maybe something like that. I'm feeling that it needs to be more. Wait a minute, where are they? I've lost my block. Twine or around, or maybe I can do twine around the whole thing. Keep it simple, bling, maybe. I didn't really want a double set. Maybe I will try some of that. Hang on a moment. I have got my bling bling. Maybe I will stick these guys to this. One cluster of palms stamped in the background. Oh, that'll confuse me. Let's just whack some of this down. Let me stick this on first and wrap some twine around, because that might actually fill it up quite nicely. All right, try and get me straight. And that way, if I've got any blend of green going on there, maybe if I pop it up a little bit higher as well, it'll fill up my white space just a bit more. Come up here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. All right, grab some white. Or should I put it around the whole? Maybe it needs to go around the whole. I think I need to put it around the whole thing. go. Now I'm going to put my twine around. Ooh, I know what I can do to make it even fuller. If I grab just a little bit more. Yep, something like that. But if I do a double, double bow maybe. Let's give that a crack. And I think I've cut it too short. Alrighty. Wish me luck. I think I'm too short. Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh dear. It might be just a knot, I have a feeling. Oh, maybe not. Jiminy. And it's going to sit sideways. It's going to irritate me. Bring it down a little bit. Oh, bother. Okay, it is what it is. It's going to stay that way. It doesn't look too bad. All right, stickies. I'll pop one of these in the middle. I think it's because the two other cards I've made have got a lot of like fluff behind them, and this one's a little bit more simplistic. Now I don't know whether I can get one on there or not. There we go. So just going to pop these ones off if I can. Oh. My nails are having a really bad time at the moment. They just keep splintering and tearing. All right, we can pop that over here. How's that going? Is that looking better? And then maybe this one can go down here. And then we're going to work out some bling. I reckon if I pop that one down here-ish, I reckon. Oh, you know what? It's sticking to my twine. Let me see if I can push my twine up a little bit. There we go. You're going to have your dimensionals on you sticking to your card, not your twine, because otherwise it doesn't stick flat. There we go. Does that sort of give a little bit of a beachy feel to it? I hope so. It's not really. In my mind it was a little bit different, but that's okay. So for bling bling, I have either these brand new faux sea glass shapes, which we can put around. These are actually supposed to be just jade, but they're looking like they would work with Coastal Cabana as well. Let's see if I can get that in a better angle for you. And these ones are supposed to be Old Olive, which I have used, and then of course we've just got the clear or the white ones. Or I think these are going to be my new favourite rhinestone, iridescent rhinestones, but I think they might be picking up a little bit more pink tones than I would like, I want them on the, if they had a little bit more blue in them, I think I could easily work them. So let's try the sea glass, because normally wood shapes normally upset me. So, well, not upset me, but you know, I struggle with them. Let's try some of these guys. And it will give me a good excuse to use them too, because otherwise I'll look at them and I'll go, I don't know how to use them. So let's try some. Actually, will they work? Do you think they'll work? Or should I use the green? Maybe I'll use green. So they're very unusual little things, and then I usually struggle where to put them because they're such an unusual little shape. But they're quite cool, I think. I'm not really sure what to do with them. We'll put a little cluster around here. Should I put some up here, or I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just leave them there because I'm not sure what to do with them, where to put them. I prefer to have round things, round sparkly things. Okay, so I'm going to call that one done, I think. So I will get that one out of the way. Now I did make 2 more previously. I'm going to try and see where I am because it's not, the camera's not in where I normally have it. So I'm going to have to play with that. So this one is with the Paradise Palms, and that's not too bad. Maybe I could have blended out my colours a little bit, but I'm liking it now. It's okay. So this is another one that I made. So these are all using the same layout. I actually saw a card on Pinterest. It was a non-Stampin' Up card, and I thought, well, I reckon we can make you into a Stampin' Up type of thing. So for this one, now the names are going to fail me because they are all new, but this one, and I know that my demonstrator friends who are watching will be able to tell me what they are. So I think this one is Blessings, Blessings of the Home, and so I've just stamped my image and coloured it with blends. I've added a little bit of Wink of Stella on this one to give a little bit of shimmer and sparkle. And the background, we've actually got a new 3D Hive embossing folder going on. And what I did was just inked up, I haven't got it near me, but I inked up, put some ink on the embossing folder and spritzed it with a little bit of water, popped my cardstock in, and then just held it closed until the water transferred till the inky mess transferred onto my white, and then I just let that dry. So that's the same, and the designer series paper behind there is also from that same suite as well. I can put names up a bit later on and pop them on my blog even. And then, so that was the second card I made. So third, second, and this is the first card I made. So I popped the card up in my team group and said, let's case it. So this was actually the first one, and this one is actually a celebration set coming up from in January and February. So it is a level 2, but you get the stamp set and you also get a packet of designer series paper. So I started off going with the paper, whoops, and then I was going to add more colour to my stamped image, and then I thought, well, I'll just keep the flow of the paper. So I kept everything in Pool Party and black and white. So, and I think it's come up pretty. So the texture in the background is actually a stamp that's from the stamp set with this one. The bird on the branch is one image, and then we've got leaves, and then we've got these little black leafy ones as well. So, and the sentiment in there is also from the stamp set. So I've used everything from that stamp set, everything from that one, and then of course everything from that one. So I haven't introduced extras. So they are now my 3 cards that I have using the same layout. I sometimes I get stuck on a layout and keep going until I've exhausted myself. So I think I've done Blessings at the Home. Yep. I think I've exhausted myself now on that layout. It's time to move on. So 3 completely different cards. I wanted something like bright. I think these ones are quite muted in tonings and colours, so it was time to go for a slightly brighter one. So there we have it. So anyway, the more I'm looking at this one, the more I'm actually liking it. So I'm glad I kept that one a little bit on the simpler side and didn't go with too much. But as you can see, so I've got my black here and I've got my dark green here, and then this one's the same panel going across instead of just a solid rectangle. So I thought that one would be a little bit different as well. Okay, so so there's my nice spontaneous live, which, you know, I don't know why I do spontaneous things, and especially when I don't have a card in my head, because sometimes I get stuck on them. But anyway, it is what it is. I wanted to show you all of them, and a few, well, 3 sneak peeks now from the new catalogue. I have got all my mini catalogues to go out in the mail, but if you are after a catalogue, please let me know, and I will be happy to pop them in the mail for you as well. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.